Thing about technology is, I dropped out of college because I was a history major and philanthropy's genocidal. And I went, well, we got to learn from our mistakes and not do that. And they're like, no, it's all about making money, like the dean at Caltech on Big Bang Theory. Okay. Um, uh, the Egyptians admitted were the ones that are allegedly credited with inventing money, and then after the acceptance of it from all the stupid people that wanted to take power through evil with all the money, accepted it throughout North Africa and parts of Europe, then it went global. So they refer to it as the 100th monkey syndrome. Well, if you think you're a monkey and you act like a monkey, then you trap the soul in the monkey. Like, how they trap monkeys in Indonesia. They put a jewel in a box and the monkey grabs onto the jewel and won't let go of the jewel. Like Kelso with the marijuana in the vase at the cabin, right? And so, we are what we do. You're judged by your deed, right? And so, I remember my first fiance, when she was, Mom says you don't have enough money. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough money. You'll never have enough money if you think money keeps you safe. And I told her, I said, my grandma was a Kramer and they had to migrate away from being murdered because of their connection to the Jews during the Holocaust. And you guys do know you don't have to be Kathy Bates or the little girl on High Potential to figure out what happened during the Holocaust. That they took all the money from the Jews, from Hitler and his homosexual stormtrooper that was the first person Hitler killed after they killed Steinschneider. Okay. That was his Epstein files. Okay. He killed him because that guy pointed out all the homosexuals and all the people that were Jews or had business ties to Jews, especially Jews that own property under their German partners' names. The Germans were being kind. Kramer. Okay. The Germans were being kind and holding the note on the thing saying it was theirs, like people that own their slaves and then name them and free them after they're dead or whatever, all that bullshit that hypocrites and heathens do. And all the money was put into American banks, and Americans were making tons and tons and tons of money off of liquidating all the homosexuals and Jews' assets, while Hitler was taking them and put them in prison camps because they had no legal representation and torturing them if they didn't sign off on their accounts or murdering them and then finding out who was the next relative to inherit all the money and work it through Swiss banks to the American banks, right? Because Jews can own property and stuff like that. So that means there's probably Jewish people that were selling out their own family because they didn't like him, liquidating their assets to become wealthy. Here, Caiaphas and Herod hunting down Jesus as a baby to be like the Romans and the Egyptians. It's not, Benjamin Netanyahu, hello, McBurger, McFly, it's your density, right? So just because a person is of Jewish descent doesn't mean they're like Jesus or Peter and John and so forth. Caiaphas was a cousin. He was a Jew. He tried to hunt down and kill Herod, where they tried to hunt down and kill a baby because he was going to restore the ways of Abraham, the faith of Father Adam and Eve, and Mother Eve. But that gets you killed by all the evil people with money that can manipulate people with money and sex, right? So I have two sons plugged into supercomputers, and they sit and they have virtual presence in people's lives and they can explain to, remember that talk you had with Mom? Yeah, I remember the talk I had with Mom at the secure Pentagon phone with yeah. He is dangerous. I am dangerous. I am the biggest threat to the FBI, National Security Agency, KGB, British SAS, 007, I am the biggest threat to the Kingsmen. I am the biggest threat to the entire brain chemical addiction of manipulation, money and sex, murder and money over sex, What was the name of that? The Avengers. Remember the Avengers with the hot girl with the guy with the little bowler hat guy? Did he have a bowler hat? It was like, it's a bowler hat guy, right? And so When people are brain chemical addicts, they don't realize it and they think they're doing the right thing because they're addicted to the, and they don't think, the worst thing, they hate being alone. Because if they are alone, they have to talk to themselves, and they're a paranoid, aggressive, psychotic, Stockholm Syndrome, schizophrenic. And so they read books, and they go to movies, and they travel, and they keep busy, and they're always busy. They're working real hard for all their money because they can't live with the Rosario Dawson with the little satyr guy from Percy Jackson movie that they is, right? You're like, yeah, I get it. I understand. I've known that my whole life. I just didn't want to admit it to myself because I wanted, no, this person's good. And Jesus, no, they're not. They're trying their best. No, they're not. Are they staying up to live Lord's Prayer? No, Jesus, they're not. They're meanies. You're not. You're a sweetie pie. He's a sweetheart. Jesus is a sweetheart. Muhammad's a sweetheart. Suzuki's a sweetheart. Haile Selassie's a sweetheart. All the people that are addicted to fighting over money for violent, aggressive sexual procreation, they're assholes. Just like Jesus told me, the people at Fort Bliss at my grandma's funeral, they're assholes, Ralph. And they're all acting like assholes because they're afraid of the assholes killing them. Get of all the things of this world and forsake the nature of the soul. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And Tartuffe. And the Medici. And St. Anthony. Oh, Lord, stuck in the program of the propaganda program again, right? So. Don't worry about it. I'm the focal point of fixing the technology. They knew that. I got a headache today. I'm really just, exhausted. My son's, we'll take care of everybody. We'll take care of their prayers. We got it. We got the family covered. You just focus on you and be healthy. And, but, Dad, like you said, we can use technology to protect people from other people with technology. We just can't protect them from themselves. Okay. Yeah, the one I worry about the most is Emily. Kate's really strong, but I do worry about Kate too. She's a sweetheart, and they're in a genocidal cesspool called Phoenix. But I'm just as worried about the people in Phoenix as I am the people in Tucson and the people in Albuquerque and the people in El Paso and the people in Denver and the people in Charlotte and the people in Orlando. I'm concerned about everybody. Let's live the Lord's Prayer. Let's park all the cars, bars, and wars, and let's recover. Survive, stop, eliminate abuse, recover. I love recovery. Me too. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. And then kids, my sister, do you want your kids to grow up to be like you? Well, no, I don't want them to be treated like me, but I want them to be trustworthy like me. Yes. Yeah. I want them to be trustworthy. I want them to obey wedding vows and hold to the wedding vows. And I want to forgive debt and trespass, love, and eternal faithful peace so my kids don't have to grow up with the worst science perverts that are jealous of people like me, manipulating and abusing their mothers. That's horrible. It's very terrible, yeah. Because you look at this bitch. I remember it wasn't nice that when I went to Fort Huachuca and they all started challenging me, that, it wasn't nice to say, oh, that's why the bitch is crazy, because the bitch is still crazy, right? Bitch is still crazy. Bitches be crazy, like the mailman in Pasadena, right? With Amy Farrah Fowler and Sheldon, right? Bitches be crazy. Well, you treat a woman like a dog, she's going to act like a dog, and that bitch is crazy, right? And if you're a man and you act like a dog, that bitch is crazy, right? So like I told my mom, Earl, you can't do it. They'll kill you. Mom, somebody's got to do it. We all can't be crazy bitches, but we can all be men in holy covenants with women, loving and living the commands of the Lord. There you go. But how Esther of me, how Ruth of you. All righty then. You painted up your lips and rolled and curled your tinted hair. Ruby, are you contemplating going out somewhere? The shadows on the wall. That's what happens when you go do your patriotic chore and end up in a wheelchair and can't get the deed done. Me? They rotted my testicles off with chemicals at a soup kitchen where they mass murdered the poor with linguistics. I wasn't going and killing people to maintain the status quo and be a war hero, and now I run around in Kevlar protecting murdering morons from other murdering morons. Well, that's just stupid. Why don't you stand up for Lord's Prayer? I'm a murdering moron. Would you expect me to? I'm a bitch. You expect me to act like a man? Well, you say you're a man. You say Jesus is your God and he's the men of men, son of man, son of man. He didn't say he's the son of the bitches. He didn't say he's the head of the, hey, bitch, better have my money. He's the pimp daddy Nash of the Nash Cash Fast. You know what I mean? Shit, fuck. You don't say that. He says, son of man, forgive debt and trespass, live on eternal faithful peace. Psalms, Proverbs, there you go. But how? And Tartuffe, is Tartuffe okay? A lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. That's okay. All the academics that think they're brilliant and great and their technology is going to save them from the other people's technology know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay. Elon Musk knows every joke. And I hate this guy. He's funny. Yes, he's funny, but I'm an asshole and I hate him. I know, but you shouldn't. Love, love, love. Why'd you take so long to come to me? Me and Winehouse listening to Mr. Hathaway here, man. Oh, shit. My favorite is, 5-story fire as it came. Love is a losing game. Yeah. More than I can stand. Reminds me of the kids. Yeah. Oh, what a mess we made. Game I wish I'd never played. Love is a losing game. Now the final frame. Love is a losing game. As long as you guys are players that only love you when you play, and it's not love. You're just calling it love, but you're Homer. Making Pimp Daddy, Rape, Loot, Pillage Nash look like he's a stand-up guy like Guru, which he ain't. Okay? No, Keith Elam is a much better person than Ulysses or Odysseus, whatever. Odysseus if you're Greek, Ulysses if you're a Roman, right? He's a dick. He went with a bunch of rape, looting pillagers and sat and watched, hey, you raping that woman? Hey, you killing that kid? Oh, yeah, that's what they did in that horse. If you want to ride, don't ride that Trojan horse. Get them condoms out. Make sure you don't get a dick disease because you want to fuck tomorrow. I mean, he's a horrible human being. And Homer, the blind guy who's a storyteller, turns him into this hero. And they're still making movies to pay the bills, to have brain chemical addiction to this day. It's disgusting, right? He's a horrible, 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 horrible human being, right? Keith Elam is a much better human being than Odysseus or Ulysses. And if you don't believe that, you're so full of shit, Tupac's love can't save you. Okay? Tupac Shakur and Keith Elam are way better people than Ulysses or Odysseus. Lots of yeses. Achilles, yeah. He went and ransacked the city too with a bunch of murdering rapists. That's what they do when they get in the walls of the city. Sights in the city got people crying. Sights in the city got people dying. Right? They all go with that. They're in with the in crowd. They go where the in crowd goes. If you can't call your murdering rapist on their shit, you're one of them, right? So I like Tupac and I like Guru better than I like Odysseus and Ulysses and all those yeses. Lots of yeses. Saw through that in a Peloponnesian minute, right? All right. Megris. You're all a bunch of satyrs trying to get out of Percy Jackson's hell. Yeah, you crazy people. They're lazy. Yeah. Even if this is a program, I love those boys. And I love that poor girl's trapped in hell that they're helping through, Even if it's not real, even if they didn't plug the two kids into a computer and the other one, it's still the prayers I get and the answers to the prayers and the courage to stand up to stop all this egregious cloning spyware behavior. I mean, even if it's a program, my programs that the military fucks me with to make me look crazy are more gorgeous than anything you've done in your whole pathetic money grubbing, shake your money, make whole cake fucking life. Go work at the post office. Get the fuck on up out of here. Even if I'm being head fucked by a bunch of guys, this is funny. It's like, it's still more gorgeous than beautiful and brave than anything you've ever done in your pathetic life. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun bum 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 bum. Casting couch, huh? Oh. All right. Is that Nichelle Nichols? She's hot. Yeah. I think my wives and my fiancés and my baby mamas are hotter. They tried to love the man that's living in embodiment of the Lord's prayer in the bowels of hell, being abused by the worst scientist perverts in the history of scientist perverts. Yeah. I find more, dear, I find the very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. I wonder if my son's grandma knows about Johnny Hartman with John Coltrane, because she says she loves the bass man, right? I was like, why didn't Kaylin Gilliard have Johnny Hartman records all over the house, man? I don't need your photograph to keep by my bed. Your picture is always in my head. I don't need your portrait, dear, to call you to mind for sleeping or waking. This is for Kay. It's for Andre's grandma, yeah. Dear, I find, remember what I told her the first time I saw her? I see why Londa's so beautiful, why she's so lovely, right? The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things. You know, I was very attracted to Raquel. That means I was very attracted to her mother, you know. She has things that remind you of her mother, because you're just like my ma. Remember that guy singing for Harry Belafonte? Because Otto Premiger's a dick. Harry could have sang his own things and it would sounded well. Same with Dorothy, but they had other people sing for it because it was like a Amir Khan movie and shit. Mitava, Mitava. He don't sing his own, yeah. And apparently Shiva Salif Ali Khan don't either, right? And ain't Sid's real voice. Dejo es I don't know the words, but I do like the I love that song. It's one of my favorites. The one that Sid sings to the older lady that dies from cancer. That song is, don't you think it's gorgeous? He has a really good voice. And I also like, but that's not Sharif Ali Khan. You see, no, that's not him singing it. They get other guys to sing. Mm-hmm. Ain't them real voices. It's like Kenny Loggins singing for him. It's like on a, you know, where Donny Osmond sings for the guy from SVU. Yeah. The guy, the lawyer dude from SVU, that ain't his singing voice. That's Donny Osmond. That's white and nerdy. Yeah. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Right? He has some voiceover. He ain't Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman does his own vocals, right? Okay? And so does, what's the guy? Really hot guy. He's good looking. The guy who plays Gaston. Oh my gosh, he's gorgeous. He's so fucking gorgeous. And he can sing. Oh my gosh, he's Engelbert Humperdinck. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. So I sing you to sleep after the loving. I brush back the hair. But can he stand up for the Lord's Prayer? Or does he have to fill the casino with a bunch of hoe cake little bitches? They say, oh, you're just jealous because you ain't in here getting fucked by all the guys with all the money. Oh, how Captain Mohawk of you. You'll never get to North Star, will you? No, I don't think so. You'll get taken out by the guy with the hook hand. You're funny. I know. Are you ready for the summer? Are you ready for... Because the summer is ready for you. Well, Jeffrey Hinton worked a long time on artificial general intelligence to make sure that he can keep his assets and his legacy safe from contributions from suckers like me and Keith Elam and Tupac Shakur. What about Odysseus and Ulysses? That's all just a blind guy making up a story for the Aloysiuses to act like they're famous when they was out raping, looting, and pillaging when they should have been living, you know, not Philos, the faith of the Lord. Philos is an interpretation of a human perception of trying to trap infinite glory in their own mind. Just ask a astrophysicists about it. They do shit like that all the time. But at least they win Richard Dawkins Awards, and they have more money than I'll ever make in my entire life. You know what's real cool is when we're living the Lord's Prayer, I won't have to make any amounts of money that they had to have sex with bimbos while I was trying to make love to my wife being abused by the guys that provide the arena for them to fuck bimbos and say, don't you wish you were fucking that bimbo? No, I don't. No. I just want to know how, you know, Wonder what she's doing now, right? I just wonder how my Edna's doing. I hope she's okay. Edna, are you okay? My Maria. I'm not as encouraged about Maria. Maria had lupus, and Maria was about 14 years older than me. So I'm kind of like, oh, Ralph and Antoine's mommy may not be with us anymore. Like her mom died around the same age as my mom. So I'm kind of distressed about that. She was one of the most beautiful women I ever knew. She was such a sweetheart. I loved her so much. I just couldn't keep her away from Nick Cannon culture. You don't want to go to Flagstaff with me? Me and Patrick loves Flagstaff. Antoine and Ralph might really love Earl. Sorry, it's Earl. Earl might really love Flagstaff. They're nice to black people, and they can date white people without being prejudiced and abused. You don't want to go to Mormon Lake. You don't want to go to Glug, 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 and you don't want to go to Kingman and all those other places. But Flagstaff, as long as you keep it in Flagstaff and stay on the freeway or down Oak Creek Canyon, you'll be okay. And go to Dairy Queen. Yeah. Patrick and John Talay love that Dairy Queen. It's so gorgeous here. It's so beautiful, Patrick. I love it. It's cool, isn't it? Yeah. And it's so rustic. And yes, it is. Yeah. You don't want to stay for long overnight down Oak Creek Canyon. Prescott, it's okay. They're a little cracky, man. Prescott, crystal blue, but maybe tomorrow when Embry Riddle looks down on every green field in every town, there'll be peace and good brotherhood, money from the Rockefeller Foundation, crystal blue persuasion, endowment for the arts. I'm very endowed. I'm biggest dickus. I have the Washington Monument. Spider-Man's coming home. Sister's coming home. Right? You're funny. I know. It has to be my kids. I have to connect to them. Brilliant. No, it was genius when I woke up this morning. And he was explaining things to me, and I'm like, golly, you act like you have a virtual presence in their house. You act like you have David Rockefeller's passkey, but you're related to me, so you're not as mean of a jerk saying, let me kill them all, they're all assholes, because you gave them money and said, here's a blank check, now go make it up as you go along. Right, and then fortune favors the brave. Yeah. Like that asshole Matt Damon, right? I don't want Donald Trump having access to the nukes. Who do you want having access to the nukes? Jesus, Muhammad? What did Muhammad say about nukes? It's an abomination. And they should be completely obliterated. Anybody who seeks to have nuclear weapons is an abomination. That's what Muhammad says about nukes. Why can't the Goodwill Hunting scripted guy read? What's wrong with his reading comprehension skills? Maybe his fortune favors the Romans. Hey, rape, loot, pillage. Hey, I'm Tiberius. Bring young people in for me to have sex with and watch have sex. I'm afraid everybody in my family wants to kill me to replace me as Caesar. Is that your palace? What happens in Tiberius's palace stays in Tiberius's palace. No, they told everybody. It was the Epstein files. When Jesus was crucified, yes. The Caesar that was in charge when Jesus was crucified was the Tiberius files. But everybody knew it was happening. Well, because he was Caesar. Okay, so you brought in all the guys. Is that the model for David? Oh my gosh, bring him in. Have him have sex with Venus de Milo, the model for that. Yeah, okay. That's a death row inmate in Texas, and the security guard's giving him his last wish. Doggy style. Ruff, ruff, ruff. No Confucius here. They're all confused. Too much money and not enough idea what's whack and what's dope. Okay. I ain't mad at you. Okay. So Ghetto Gospels. We still in the ghetto. For you and for me, the world is a ghetto. I don't have that. I do have Don't Let Nothing Ever Get You Down. I have that. I don't have The World is a Ghetto. I have Lowrider. I have Slipping in the Darkness. I've got Me and Baby Brother. I've got City Country City. I've got All Day Music. Yeah, that's probably my favorite. Yeah, I like it better than Lowrider. I think so. Down at the beach or party in town, making love or just lying around. It reminds me of old days. Days when, yeah, good times I remember, rolling around the green grass at the golf course in Scottsdale and got hives all over her neck. And she giggled, and I'm like, Law, it's not funny, man. You are covered in hives. I got so excited because I was locked up in genocidal training by the military that I pushed you off the blanket. I was acting like a dog. I'm sorry, baby girl. Her eyes were rolling back in her head. She was in seventh heaven. Your kid has to feel that. Yeah, that's because you plugged my kid into a computer so he can occupy space in my memory, in my brain, to get me to do what government leaders want me to do, so I look stupid, and they can program me like I'm programming. They're programming a video game, but they can't get me to do nothing I don't want to do. And that's why I didn't take advantage of the sexual manipulation and grooming of the Temple Set Illuminati in any time or place. I had to flirt with it to get all the self-righteous hypocrites trapped in Rockefeller Foundation hell. And it was horrible. And I kept, Jesus, I hate this. So before I went back to Sierra Vista to get Amy and Natalie back, I told them, I don't want to do this. This is horrible. This is disgusting. I had the person, Obama knew, he was there, so did Biden. No, it was before Obama. Oh, George Walker Bush knew, okay, and Dick Cheney, okay. So if they were in on, did they have a pass key into the bedroom over there right next to the radio tower? And so I was sitting there, and I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to have to do this. He said, you have to. No one else can do it, Earl. No one else can navigate through the Temple Set Illuminati's Jeffrey Epstein files to Antoine LaVey, Michael Aquino, manipulate people with their sexual deviations to manipulate public figures. Okay, I'm the only one that can get through it unscathed. Okay, well, then I told Mom I would do it, told Michelle I would do it. So, and that was before they murdered Michelle. I see my Marianne walking away, and since I told Mom I'd do it, and then afterwards I told Michelle I'd do it. And damn it, my Maria, don't you know I've come a long, long way. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman. She is. She's so pretty. I was looking at pictures on all my memory cards, putting pictures for each profile, for each person. Yeah. Who did Vanessa get? Vanessa got Tori, Mal, and Aiden. Yeah. That's a good bunch. Yeah, they're fun. Yeah. That's who Vanessa got. Andre got to pick his. He got Uncle Will, Grandma, Mom, and one of Grandma's friends. Okay. Uriah got Mom and Grandma when Mom was 7 years old. Yeah. That's who he got on his grandmother and his mom. Okay. That's who yeah. So they got to choose because they talk to me. Other people don't talk to me. So on Laws, I put Law and Shelley. On everybody else, I put a picture of them or with people, Crummy with a cake, his birthday cake. Yeah, that's fun. Crummy cake, because he's my crummy cake, right? Amy holding Emily with my favorite picture because I chose for her, and she said, that's okay, I look good in that. Yes, you do. You're gorgeous. All right, so yeah. And Natalie, I got a pretty fashion, And Noah, I got a picture of him hiking with everybody behind him while he's hiking, with Gary and Amy and the kids. Yeah. So I love you guys. I'm going to go. I'd say wake up, but I'm not Spike Lee, and you're all dumb shits, and I'll fix the technology. I'm good at it, and I was born to do it. I was born to be alive, like my boy Ronnie said. You're alive. I know, but I'm not a rhinestone cowboy. As soon as I'm done cleaning up this hell, I'm going to the Gila, and if I was in our military, I would obey me and have that ready now. I'd be working on it now. I'd look at the guy. No, I'm going to go. I'm going to the Gila, and come on, digital printer. Let's go put the basketball down and start building that Adobe house. We love Earl because Earl loves us, of course. Because faith and infinite glory is one source, of course. Because I love you, dummies. Okay, peace.